Look, it is now the 16th of August 2025. The time now is 8:13, and we're going to cross out live to Geraldton in Western Australia at the memorial to the HMAS Sydney, and it was made by the RAN. It's the best design memorial in the world, and the H is going to tell us about the Ipswich family of who was previously the unknown sailor. This is very interesting, so keep it tuned. Keep it tuned there. You're tuning? Tune.
Tune.
You there, Harold the H?
Yes, I certainly am.
What's the time? What's the time?
Duck. Yeah, it's just after 6 o'clock here, and the sun doesn't come up for another half hour.
Does the sun ever come up there?
Oh, of course it does. It's beautiful. It's beautiful weather here.
Yeah.
Just like home.
Philip Brown drives about a 94-wheeler truck over there in not Geraldton. Where does he do it at?
In the Pilbara.
He gets his pills around his bra.
Yeah, well, that's nice up there too. So I
get your pills in your bra. Tell us about this sailor.
Yeah, look, I'm in Geraldton, and the sun's beautiful. Look, I'm revisiting the sun coming up pre-dawn. It's the environment here just feels good because I'm revisiting one of Australia's great wartime mysteries and its connection to Ipswich.
Interesting.
Now, the memorial here, it's here in a magic place. It overlooks the Indian Ocean towards where the ship was lost in mysterious circumstances 84 years ago. That's the HMAS Sydney. Now, from here, you have a perfect view of the sun setting over the ocean, and what I really love, there's a statue of a woman cast in bronze. She's called the Waiting Woman, and she looks out over the sea where the Sydney was lost, waiting forever for her son, brother, or husband who never came home. It's incredibly moving. But anyway, the HMA Sydney was lost with all 645 men.
Holy fine.
North of Geraldton in 1941. And that was after an ambush
600 men.
645 all perished. It remains the worst disaster in the history of the Royal Australian Navy. The only body to be recovered was washed up in a life raft on Christmas Island 11 weeks after battle, in which both ships were lost.
Well, he was dead, the bloke on the...
He was dead, and he must have died an agonising death of thirst and sunstroke, and there was no identification on him. And the remains, therefore, became famous as the unknown sailor.
Wow.
And for 80 years, the identity of that sailor remained a total mystery until just a couple of years ago, 4 years ago, through DNA technology, it was revealed to be Able Seaman Thomas Welsby Clark.
I know that name, Welsby.
Yeah, you do, and we'll get to that because you're a big rugby man. But
all right. One of the greatest halfbacks to play the game. Go on.
I've heard that every Saturday morning. And anyway, within days of the identity of Thomas Welsby Clark being revealed, in an exclusive right here on West Bremer Radio, you and I broke the news of his family connection here to Ipswich.
That's it.
That was a world exclusive, and all the other reports of Welsby and Clark family history came off the back of your program.
In fact, Putin and Trump in Alaska are tuned in, and they are surprised themselves.
Well, they are. And they, although I'm sure they've been listening in on my research and already know that, Tom Clark was born in Brisbane in 1920. He went to school in Warwick and was working as an accountant in Brisbane when he enlisted in the Royal Australian Navy. Now, Tom's family had a military and seafaring history. A great-grandfather was a ship's captain who was lost at sea, and his grandfathers were famous yachtsmen, and an uncle was killed in action in the First World War. Now, one grandfather was the Pearl King, Jim Clark. That meant when Tom was just 21 years old, when he lost his life with the sinking of the Sydney, his personal estate was valued at £42,000.
Wow.
Which is almost $4 million today. He's got to be one of the richest acting able seamen in history.
Wow.
But what I'll tell you more about now is that Tom's maternal Wellesley family was closely connected to Ipswich. Family members included Pearson Welsby Cameron, who in 1917 was the mayor of Ipswich. A strange one was Mervyn Welsby, who in 1939 was the first ever Communist Party candidate in Ipswich council elections. But more mainstream was Tom's mother, Marion Welsby, and her father, or Tom's grandfather, Thomas Welsby Sr. He was the famous accountant, author, politician and sportsman. He was born and bred in Ipswich and went to Ipswich Grammar School and became a member of the Queensland Parliament. And Danny, for people like you and I who love our sporting history, Tom's grandfather was the manager and halfback for Queensland in the first ever intercolonial rugby match between Queensland and New South Wales.
Correct.
And he became president and life member of the Queensland Rugby Union. And as you know, rugby's Wellesby Club is still played for today.
Yeah, by the clubs. It is, in fact, and South have won it several times.
Yeah, and one for the AFL guys, Danny, was that the grandfather was also a founder of Australian Rules football in Queensland and was actually named manager of the Queensland Australian Rules team of the 19th century. His brother and Tom's granduncle, John Wellesby, who was, of course, born and bred in Ipswich as well, he was named in the team of the century as a player. Now, the grandfather was one of the founders of the Royal Queensland Yacht Squadron and the founding treasurer and later president of the Royal Historical Society of Queensland. Wellesby family home at Newchum is today the home of the Ipswich Historical Society.
Oh, really?
And so with all those Ipswich connections to, able seaman Thomas Wellesby Clark, and, as you know, for 80 years, he was the unknown sailor. That's why I'm here in Geraldton. I'm visiting his grave at the Geraldton War Cemetery. I've actually already uploaded that video overnight. And, of course, here at the memorial to his final ship, the HMAS Sydney. I'll send you a video there and some photos. It's absolutely magic here. So anyone coming to the west, come up. It's only 5 or so hours north of Perth to the memorial of the HMAS Sydney and look for Thomas Wellesby Clark on the wall.
Mate, the best storyteller, Captain, what's your name? Captain Damien, isn't it? The good storyteller.
Sorry? You mean Harold the H?
Harold the H, brilliant.
Yes.
And Thomas Wellesby, and that trophy's it's a very old trophy. It's a cup, been in South Rugby trophy cabinet many times. I think it's for the aggregate points of all the teams that play in each club. So it's 8:20. How do we get to read about this and other stories? Because, we go on, don't spend too much money, by the way. I'm sending on assignments all the time.
No, I do travel economy, and you do put me up in backpackers, but it's fine. But you can go on.
I was giving you a bivouac tent. What's going on?
Oh, I traded up. I gave them I gave them that tent, and some of the backpackers were pretty keen to take it off my hands.
You know who's listening now? Your sister.
Yeah, who's that? Oh, she always does. She's one of my greatest fans.
She is a fan of yours. Now, go on. How do we get to read this?
Yeah, well, you can look for history out there on all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, or you can go to my website, historyouthere.com. This story will be there tomorrow morning.
Or get another video yourselves of you running down in your bikinis down the hill going, ark, 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 ark. Lovely having you on the program. Thanks for giving us that wonderful history about Ipswich, because we love Ipswich. Thanks very much. I'm thinking of
Harold.
Captain. Yeah, I'm thinking.
I know. Why don't we just take a break, Dan?
Yeah, have a good break. It's 8:21.